Now, this story is about how I fought an anime kid. And honestly, before I get into it, I just want to mention, I don't condone any fighting. Like, if you want to fight someone, go for it if you really think it's for self-defense. But if it's just for kicks and giggles, I'm sorry. There's no point. There is zero point of harming someone. So don't harm anybody. Be nice about it. But this story does get hilarious. So I suggest you guys click that subscribe button if you guys haven't already for more crazy stories. And on top of that, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitch yet, I highly advise it because I am live right now as we speak. So if you guys want to talk to me live, go for it. Honestly, heavily worth it. And like I always say, let's just get straight into this. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. So this story takes place back in high school. So back in high school, there was a theater club, and in theater club, I'm not gonna lie, like, there was a lot of really geeky, weird kids. Like, it got to the point where I'm not gonna lie, I think everyone in theater, like, ended up doing the devil's tango with each other, and they all acted like siblings, so it was, like, really weird. Like, people would know each other so well to the point where, like, all the guys knew, like, how big they were, and, like, it was just super weird, okay? That's all I'm gonna say there. Now, one thing I won't lie about, though, was that I was a theater kid, but I was never in depth, like, that much into theater. Like, I kind of just took the course just so I can get extra credits. Now, you guys are probably wondering, okay, when does the anime kid show up? And I'll explain that. Just hold on. I remember one day, my friend came up to me in theater class, and he's like, yo, like, a lot of these kids are going to, like, an anime convention. I think it'll be fun if we, like, go. But not, like, wear any costumes, though. That's weird. And I remember I looked at him like, what's the point of going to an anime convention if everyone's gonna be just weird? And then he told me, dude, the girls are so weird that they'll literally do the devil's tango with anyone there, bro. Like, trust me, you want to go, man. Like, some of these girls are wearing cat costumes and, like, hot nurse outfits. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Back in high school, anything for action was action, okay? Either it was some love action, fighting action, or even just some weird action. Honestly, I just went for it. And going through life saying yes gets you to some pretty mysterious places. Anyways, going on. I remember I looked at him and I'm like, sure, like, why not? Like, okay, let's go if you say so. So I remember the next day we ended up getting our things, getting a camera and getting everything set up, and we decided to go for this anime convention. This anime convention was downtown. So I remember I had to drive my car all the way downtown, and as I was heading there, I remember looking outside the street, just seeing so many weird kids in, like, these weird anime costumes, and there's, like, these boys with, like, pink hair, and, like, there's some girls, like, wearing some, like, really tight outfits. Like, it was insane. It was everything that my friend said it would be. But then I remember, as we, like, I was parking my car and everything towards the convention, I remember seeing, like, a group of guys, and there's, like, a group of Asian guys, not being racist, okay? I'm just saying they were an Asian group, okay? I think most of us in high school know, like, that Asian friend group with all, like, the smart kids. We all know what that friend group is, okay? It's not racist. It's just what it is. Anyways, I was going towards there, and I remember seeing them walk down, and they saw we weren't wearing costumes. And I remember they came up to us, and they're like, what anime are you guys from? And I was just like, Batman? Pokemon? Yeah, we're Pokemon trainers. Yeah. They looked at us and laughed, and I remember, like, kind of being embarrassed, because let's be real here. You're going to an anime convention not wearing an anime costume. It's kind of awkward. But anyways, we got our passes. We ended up walking, and then we walked around. Obviously, my main reason for being there was seeing some hot girls. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If there's two things I knew, was that the two hottest girls on the planet are gamer girls and anime girls. For some reason, they're really hot. Like, have you guys seen Valorant chicks nowadays? Like, holy smokes. But anyways, going on. I remember I was walking around with my friend, and as we were walking around, I remember seeing this one girl. Now, this girl looked outstanding, and she was actually pretty hot. And I remember I was, like, you know, just kind of, like, chilling near the concession stand. And I remember my friend looked at me saying, bro, like, why don't you just go walk up to her and, like, just, you know, hit her up, you know, ask for a number or something. And I said, you know what? Like, whatever. Sure, I'm down. Let's go check this out. So I remember I walked down, and I actually got a chocolate bar because I didn't know what else would be good. And I gave her a bar of chocolate. I gave her a bar of chocolate saying, hey, like, how you doing? And she looked at me and she's like, ooh, hi, how are you doing? At that point, I was really weirded out that she said, ooh, but, you know, it is what it is. And I remember I looked at her, I'm like, oh, you know, just kind of chilling, you know, hanging out at the anime convention. See, what animes do you watch? And then she looked at me saying, do you not recognize where I'm from? I look at her, I'm like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I think she was like Sakura from, like, Naruto. Like, she had the pink hair, so I'm guessing, like, you know, it was her. I don't know, dude. Like, there's so many girls in anime that, like, to the point where, like, I don't even realize it. Unless you're trying to recite, like, a hentai I watched, like, I have no idea. Anyway, she looked at me and she's like, ooh, like, I'm from, like, Naruto. And, you know, the way she talked really bugged me. But I get it, you know, she was trying to be in character, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, me and her were walking around the convention, and I remember she was introducing me some people and stuff like that, showing me what animes are good, which ones are not. Actually, she's the one who got me into Naruto, funny enough, so that was pretty cool. And then I remember we ended up going towards this group of, like, Naruto kids. And, like, I love Naruto. Naruto is one of my favorite animes nowadays, but back then I didn't know much about it. All I know is that it was just a bunch of weird kids wearing headbands, just doing weird symbols with their hands, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought some of them were on, like, some crack or something. Like, I have no idea. I remember I walked up to them, like, hey, like, what's going on, guys? One of the guys looked at me saying, dude, like, what are you supposed to, like, be? Like, you're not an anime? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I forgot my costume. It's in my car, I think, or something. I don't know. I was basically playing it cool because I didn't know what else to say. And then afterwards, for some reason, he kept giving me a weird look. And for some reason, this like girl that I was talking to and the one that introduced me to all of them started getting really close to me. Like it got to the point where like my arm was basically around her walking around. I know, not a good look, but you know, it is what it is. And let's just say he was very upset. Like he kept eyeballing me, he kept getting all pissed off and stuff. Like I don't know what it was. Anyways, going on though, I remember we walked around, we ended up going to this like noodle place. Like I don't know, they wanted to like eat this thing called pho. I don't know what it is, but like who calls a soup pho? Like why is it pho of all things? Like is it like futon, photon? I don't know. Anyways, going on, we were like eating at the place, and I remember I was sitting down beside the girl, and basically I remember I had to go to the bathroom. So I got up, I was going to the bathroom, and then this girl started following behind me for some reason. And when she was following behind me, as I'm about to enter the bathroom, towards beside me, I realized that the guy that like did not like me at all walked into me, and he had like a bowl of pho in his hand, and pho was like really hot, and he spilled it all on himself. And I remember he was so pissed off. Like he looked at me like with anger, and then out of nowhere he like was like all like raging and stuff. He put the bowl on the table, and he's like, do you know what you did to my anime costume? Like, oh my goodness, like bro, you're like blind. In my head I'm thinking, why is he talking like that? What is he on? And he just started getting more upset and stuff like that. And I remember the girl that was with me, and for some reason was behind me when I was heading towards the bathroom, looks towards the guy and says, well, like don't worry about it, like don't be mad, Sasuke. In my head I'm thinking, why are you calling him Sasuke? I thought his name was Tim. Like I don't know, I was just super confused. And then he gets all enraged and stuff, and for some reason he does like this battle cry. And then right when he does this battle cry, I remember like the store owner is like, oh, like you guys gotta leave the store, like you guys can't be doing this right here and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay dude, like I'll leave, like whatever, I won't pay for the food. So I left not paying for the food. And I remember as I was outside just going back to towards the convention, this kid grabs me by the shoulder, turns me around, and starts yelling at me. He's like, do you know what you have done to me? And like he started doing these like weird symbols with his hands. Like I thought he was gonna cast like some kind of voodoo spell on me. And I'm like, dude, you can move your hands as much as you want. I'm not gonna fight you. And then he puts his like legs spread, and he's like, you know, using his like symbols with his hands. Like I thought I knew karate. Honestly, I thought this was like a weird ninja karate thing that he was doing. But then apparently like all the guys he was with were like freaking out like at all the symbols he was pulling. And I remember as a joke, I ended up doing one symbol, and I just flipped him off with the bird because I don't know what symbols are. Like, okay, now I do actually, because like, you know, hell, I watch Naruto nowadays, but I'm talking about like back then, I didn't know what they were. So I just flipped the bird on him, and he was all upset, and he just decided to like Naruto run into my stomach. Like full on, he just battle cried going, and he just ran into my stomach. Like, bro, are you serious? And then I remember I literally stood up, and I'm like, you gotta be freaking joking. Like I swore, and I was pissed off. And I remember I ended up grabbing him by like this black coat he was wearing. It had like a weird like cloud in the middle that was red, and I straight up just threw him on the ground, and I just started punching him. And then all his friends were like, that's not fair, he's not fighting anime style. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And then his friends just started coming towards me, pulling me off, and then eventually a cop came around. And like knowing a cop was at the convention was like super weird. Like, I'm sorry, what's the worst that this anime kid can do? Like seriously. And he pulls me off, and then I get arrested, and I had to go home, and my friend drove my car home afterwards because he had my keys anyway. And I remember when I got home, I told him, dude, that was the dumbest thing I ever did. But honestly, this does have a good ending though. I remember afterwards, the next day, I went on my Instagram, and I realized that the hot like anime chick followed me, and she gave me her real name and stuff, and she actually ended up wanting to go out, but clearly I just didn't want to. Because after that, I'm gonna be honest, I lost interest when she said ooh. And anyways guys, that's basically it for the story. Make sure you just leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories.